And welcome to those viewers on Facebook Live today as we bring you the final game of match day 1. We have Canberra United competing in their first ever tournament up against Brisbane Strikers. Strikers, some may say, certainly not themselves, an upset victory in their first outing against Hills United. Brisbane Strikers are looking to be a strong team, looking to go deep in this tournament, up against, like I said, newcomers Canberra United, who in their first tournament, in their first match, conceded 10 goals against Western Sydney Wanderers. As the referee blows kick-off for the first half of the game. And coming to you, as always, my sidekick, Ben Keat, in commentary today. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you. This is going to be an interesting game. Canberra United making their second appearance here at the national titles against the very, very strong Brisbane Strikers led by Josh Merkers, international poweroo.
Interestingly there, I saw a sideline ref raise her flag. I'm not sure why. The ball hadn't gone out yet, and in the end, you can see a bit of laughter out there by the officials, unsure what was happening there.
Yes.
Thanks for that, Ben. I think Canberra's going to do a much stronger game now that they've got the cobwebs out of the way. Been able to reassess after that first competition game they've ever had in the club nationals. And I think they'll be really looking to play their strength, which is a strong bench rotation that they have. Of course, the Strikers having just the one player on the bench. And do you want to go through the starting players for the Strikers, as the Strikers looking to make something happen here? They've gone back and looking for the long-range shot and the flick on here. And the crowd's gone up, but prematurely as the ball's gone out for a goal kick. So running through those team lists for today, Ben.
Yes, so the Brisbane Strikers, we have number 3, Mark Warren, who is on the bench currently. We have number 6, Josh Merkers, the midfielder. We also have number 10, Jack Parry, who's just attacking the ball right now. This is Jack Parry, along with their other players of Tom Burns, and in goals we have number 23, Jesse McCarthy.
And saying that, look at that goal. Force their way through. Canberra concedes after just 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Unfortunately, I thought they got off to a good start here, but unfortunately a little bit of passing around and unable to close the gap in the middle as they score right down the centre. And of course their opponents, as we said, Canberra United. Strong bench lineup that they've got on their official team roster as well.
And the ball goes out for a Canberra hit-in. Brisbane.
And Canberra getting the ball back off their kick-off with a kick-in that's gone across the field. A quick 1-2 pass out the back there by the Strikers, who have hit it out, just mistimed it there a little bit. Another kick-in by Canberra, almost exactly the same positioning on the other side of the field as orders being barked from the sideline about their number 3, young William McLennan, to push up and looks like to give that extra option for number 12, who's kicking in, Giovanni Tice. I think that's how you pronounce that name.
It sounds good. So let's just keep it as that.
Totally agree with you there, Ben Kite. Pretty accurate, no doubt. Oh, and Canberra, really, they could have pushed there for that 2-on-1 as number 21 and number 6 there from the Strikers almost coming together. Very keen on getting the ball and pushing forward. Here the Strikers, as they've made their way through almost untouched. And Canberra's got the ball back and flicked it on really well to get that positioning back, and they're going to really look to put the pressure, get the ball back from Strikers, who are just getting back in the defensive positioning right now.
And that was very well controlled there by Jesse McCarthy, back in the goal of Brisbane Strikers.
As Giovanni there hustles those players and looking to get the ball back, and 2-on-1 here called against the Strikers. Bit of number 21.
Number 21 from Brisbane Strikers there. 2-on-1 with Josh Merkers, the number 6.
I think just looking a little bit too keen to be getting the ball in their hands and already looking for that second goal. But credit goes to Canberra United, who won that 2-on-1. And the number 12 here looking to set something out to relieve that pressure from sitting in their own half. As I hear from the bench of the Canberra United players for a smash it, and the ball's come around. Oh, just a bit of a mistiming there by Larson, number 14, Jamie Larson. She's conceded her own goal there. The ball's just got on a blind side, and she's swung around to defend with her goalkeeper, and unfortunately touched the ball. I don't know if you heard that comment, Ben, by Ms. Jamie Larson. She said that she's got a goal.
She does. She has an own goal. So now that makes it Brisbane Strikers 2, Canberra United 0. Beautifully intercepted there by Jack Parry.
And although I think Strikers would have looked to make something more with that ball, they know they can put the pressure on Canberra from that sideline hit in, again, deep, almost conceding a corner there. As their number 12 for the United hits it up, and looks like they might have mistimed it there, the Strikers, in their number 6, Josh Merkers, hitting it out for another Canberra United kick in a bit of a better position. And number 12 there from United, really looking to make some field positioning. And in the end, he didn't get any players on it, but the ball's come back to him, and he's won himself a 2-on-1 again in an okay position to try and get a bit more field position to make something happen. What do you think Canberra United needs to do in this game to get their first goal of the tournament, Ben?
I think they need to throw a few more players up front. As we can see here, the way that they're set up, they're very set up across the line as opposed to having their players up front, giving Giovanni a target. But they're new. They're very, very new. They're very green. But they are, aren't they?
I love me a dad joke there, Ben. You're absolutely right. I think they may be suffering from a little bit of first tournament defensive jitters, where they all feel they need to sit back for that defensive turnaround rather than play a bit more proactive football and really spread the Strikers thin and even give themselves a bit more field position and look for that first ever goal.
Indeed. Jack Parry here with a flick to Merkers, to Parry, goal. Beautiful passing there in between Merkers and Parry, and a lovely, lovely tidy finish by Parry there, making the score 3-0 to Brisbane Strikers.
Yeah, great goal there. Nice flick on, and unfortunately looks a little bit of the inexperience of the defensive two in the goals, not being able to come together and shut down that play. Perhaps a little bit guilty there of chasing the ball. As you said, Ben, the Strikers going up by 3 goals against this new green Canberra United team. As the Strikers look again to dribble the ball up the field. No one's coming in from United to try and shut this down. They're sitting back to see what will happen, passing between each other, and won themselves that kick in as well, the Strikers have. And United is really going to need to look to set that defensive position to stop another goal from coming in. And we can see at the top of the box there, the number 10, Jack Parry, unmarked. There you go, looking for the ball to get touched, and the ball's gone quite high there. Wouldn't have been a goal, I don't think, if it had gone in too high for anyone to stop.
Interesting it wasn't called back by the referee there, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely got some airtime there as the Canberra United goalkeeper takes it upon himself just to knock that ball out, to slow the play down. He really needs to reset his defence here to stop this sideline kick-in from being undefended.
And we have some subs here. We have number 21 from Strikers going off and Mark Warren coming on for the Brisbane Strikers.
And over in Canberra United also making their first change of this match. Number 22, Brandon Stroud, coming on in place of, forgive me, I can't see the player's number. Do you know who that player is, Ben?
No.
No, just he's reversed out. We've missed that number. Still getting used to some of the newer players in this competition, but it's so great to see some friendly and familiar faces, but even more so to see some new faces and new players coming through. What do you think, Ben?
Definitely, it shows the depth of the sport, and the sport is growing nationally. So it's always good to see a brand new club making their debut, and they're going to learn a lot this week. I think, the aim this week for them should be basically to be like sponges, green sponges, and just pick up any bit of, lessons and things that they can then take back to Canberra and come back bigger and stronger next season.
That's it. And it's always hard coming to a competition for the first time. You got young players, you got players that are still learning their art as it is, and really nice one there by Larson to get the ball out, and opportunity here for number 22, Brandon Stroud, to really make something of it as the ball is really well defended on the halfway line and Strikers with the ball back. And again, Larson doing really well to intercept that and read the play. Have to watch out here that they don't give away a 2-on-1 outside the box there, but they've done well to keep defending well and stopping the ball from making it anywhere near the goal. And we see a bit of a jostle here now as the Brisbane Strikers look to make something happen down the far side. They've left a bit of a gap open there, but the number 6 there for the Strikers has flicked it on, and looks like a foul's been called. Yeah, reversing in. So contact made there by Canberra United, giving away a foul. And as mentioned in the earlier game, direct free kick here. Be interesting to see what play the Strikers try and set up and how Canberra United defends it.
Yes. So.
Thanks for that in-depth analysis there, Ben. Here we go. So the play's getting set up.
This is the invaluable experience Canberra will gain from this week, which is defending set pieces and attacking set pieces and just really working on their positioning. That was beautifully cleared out there by Larson. She's really got a lot of depth on that and really pushed Strikers right back deep into their own half. Logan?
Oh, that's it. And really good to see a bit of proactive football here by Canberra United. I really hope that they can put the pressure on the Strikers. The Strikers coming out scoring 3 goals in the opening 8 minutes, I think, there. And there we go. I missed the call there. Was it 2-on-1 it was against the Strikers? I think looking a little bit too eager to get the ball back. Giving Canberra United probably the first real solid opportunity from a free kick today. Let's see if they can make something happen. We've got an unmarked player out on the far post. They've gone for the back pass to Larson, who's had a shot that's been intercepted by the Strikers by Parry there, who's dribbling it and pass it on straight in front. And United really needing here to look to shut down the passes. Oh, and that was the goalkeeper coming into contact with the goalpost as he looked to make sure the ball couldn't sneak away between the posts there. Luckily for United, they've got themselves a goal kick with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Yes, the Canberra goalkeeper is quite an aggressive goalkeeper. So the biggest thing for him, I think, is to learn just to, calm his aggression a little bit, and just really work on his positioning.
That's it. And it's really great to see the confidence growing for United, who good communication there. No, they've been given advantage on that 2-on-1 and didn't do anything with that 2-on-1. And Larson, fantastic defending. Read the play well, reversing, giving away a corner, but ensuring that they didn't concede their fourth goal in the first half against Brisbane Strikers, who now set up for their kick-in, their free kick play here. I think this ball might be going to the far post. Looking to see how well the ball is struck. It's gone straight across. They've missed both their plays in between the two. Again, the pressure off for Canberra United, who now have the ball back. And that's young number 22, Brandon Stroud, who also, interestingly enough, not only is he a valuable player of Canberra United, he is also the game development coordinator at Capital Football.
Yeah, he is. So Brendan's really doing some great work down there at Capital Football, getting Canberra United involved and all these players. So great to see him out here doing his thing as well on the field, as well as giving back with his role off the field as well.
That's it, as we see on the far end from the commentators area. Nice kick in there to the number 10 for Strikers, who couldn't get the ball past the Larson and goalkeeper combination. And Larson's done a great job to clear it. And the ball has been given back to a kick in for the Strikers. I must say, having seen all the games today, that the winner of the loudest and biggest group of supporters definitely goes to Canberra United. What do you think about that one, Ben?
Definitely. I think they've got a big contingent that's travelled with them up from Canberra. For those of you who don't know where Canberra is, to where we are, it is 3 hours south. For those of you who may be watching from overseas, joining us in the patch of and that goes against Jack Parry, therefore reversing into the opponents in Canberra United. We just have 3 minutes left on the clock here. And I have to say, Canberra have actually held on quite nicely after the first 5 or 10 minutes there. 3-0 to Brisbane Strikers. In the earlier game today, Wanderers managed to put 5 past Canberra in the first half. So quite interesting when you see other teams match up against the same opposition. Canberra definitely a lot more tired of this game than they were already in their first match.
Yeah, that's it. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, the Strikers coming off a 1-0 victory over Hills United, who, as we say that, the ball looked like it was going into the right in there, but it's hit the post, and Canberra have done a great job to respond there by ensuring that there was no follow-up from the Strikers and hit the ball as the sideline referees raise their flag. 3 in the box. I think that's the first 3 in the box that we've had today. And if you want to explain it for our newer listeners to this fantastic sport that we have here, Ben?
Yes. So 3 in the box basically means when 3 of the defensive team are either on the line or inside the penalty box, which is not allowed in our sport.
Sorry if you miss a bit of what Ben was saying. I got a dirty look as the microphones moved away from him, and they've scored here. Number 10, Jack Parry. Beautiful setup there by the Strikers to get that 4th goal of the first half. As we mentioned in our earlier game, less than 2 minutes to go. Clock stops, and the final 2 minutes at the discretion there of our centre referee today. Gavin, not sure what his last name is.
Gavin. Just Gavin.
It's like Madonna. Gavin, as he's known. It's Canberra looking to defend strongly before the end of the first half, where they can reassess, reevaluate, reset. Oh, and they've just hit it out there for a Brisbane Strikers kick-in. Brisbane Strikers would be looking here to bring up that 5, as Ben mentioned, and match the Wanderers' earlier halftime scoreline. And in Canberra, of course, the number 12, but they're being called away by the number 14, Larson, so she can defend out there in the middle and slow play down. Oh, beautiful pass there by Larson. And Giovanni Tice, number 12, in a jostle there with the Brisbane Striker team. Apologies for that person whose arm got in the way of the camera there. The person's been asked to leave the stadium.
And we have half time, and that person has been banished to Dumbledore. So we have half time here. Brisbane Strikers leading 4-0. Very, very solid first half there by Canberra United, I feel. Josh Burke is very, very well controlled in the midfield from the Strikers, though. Logan, what do you make of Canberra's performance there first?
I think they did a really good job there. They obviously conceded 3 early goals in the first, I think, 8 minutes it was, and they really settled down there, and I'd say unlucky almost to have conceded that 4th, where I think they would have been pretty happy going in 3-0. The 4th, a little bit disappointing. I think they'll really be looking to minimise goals conceded in the second half and hopefully set themselves up for the opportunity. Of course, this being the last game of match day 1, we've got a full set of games for you coming from 10 a.m. tomorrow, Friday 29th of April, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Australia, of course, with the Western Sydney Wanderers starting at 10 a.m. against Brisbane City. Brisbane having drawn in their earlier game today against South Melbourne 1-1 and losing out to the Newcastle Jets 3-0. Following that game, Hills United versus Canberra United. Noting that Brendan Stroud had earlier stated he was really looking forward to the Hills game this week. And I'm sure the Hills will be equally looking forward to playing the newcomers in Canberra United. 12 o'clock Sydney FC and South Melbourne. 1 p.m. Brisbane Strikers and Newcastle Jets. 2 p.m. Western Sydney Wanderers and Adelaide United. Brisbane City and Canberra United at 3 p.m. Hills United and Sydney FC, one of the New South Wales Power Chair Football Association derbies at 4 o'clock, and Brisbane Strikers and South Melbourne rounding out match day 2 tomorrow, Friday 29 of April.
Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day. I think following tomorrow, by the end of tomorrow's play, we're going to start to see a bit of a pattern maybe of who the big contenders are, who are the pretenders, or who are the contenders, as they say, So we'll be able to see how that pans out. But we'll be back in about a quick, short 2 to 3 minute break. Have a good day.
Thank you for that, Ben. Welcome back as our teams discuss tactics for the second half. And a shout out and thank you to sponsors. Of course, the Australian Power Chair Football Association, APFA, running this fantastic event as they do every year. COVID being the exception to the rule for last season, unfortunately. ILS Rehab. Special thanks to Football New South Wales, Sportscast Australia, who's bringing you this live stream all week. CBL, Care Beyond Limits. Support Your Way. Hireup. Andrews Insurance to Business. And the official accommodation partner, ACOL Pullman Novotel. Welcome back, viewers and listeners on Facebook Stream, being brought to you by Sportscast Australia, as we get set for the second half of our last match for match day 1. Canberra United with the kickoff here. Getting set up here. Gavin just having a last word with his sideline referees as he blows kickoff for the second half of the last game for today. Apologies to those listeners who can hear some interference in the background. That's Ben talking to his phone. And the Strikers, they're looking to get off to a good, strong start. But Canberra United defended really well there, getting the goal kick and relieving that early pressure that the Strikers were looking to build on. Goalkeeper here looking for a play to pass the ball off to, and looks like he sliced it a little bit there and hit it straight out. Now the pressure back on as Brisbane Strikers looking to set something up early on and look for their 5th goal of the game. And Merkus with that hit in, and the number 22 for Canberra United, Brendan Stroud, getting in the way as he's intercepted that ball again, but the ball getting around him by all the Strikers. And the Strikers have passed the ball back to their own keeper. Oh, look at that one. Fantastic save there. Maybe a mishit or miscommunication there is almost considered an own goal, and then the Strikers unlucky to not get the ball in the back of the net. As the number 10, Jack Parry, sets up his free kick. He's hit in, sorry. Apologies there. I'm still commentating by myself. 2 minutes into this second half. Oh, and look at that. Fantastic set up and play there. The player left unmarked at the top of the box. Number 6, Josh Merkus. Never in doubt that one. Hit it straight through Canberra United, conceding their 5th goal for the game, as the Strikers looking to make a substitution. Merkus considered himself unfortunate there to bang in a goal and find himself on the bench, as he is replaced there by the number 3, Mark Warren, who's quickly looking to make an impact as he pushes and jostles for the ball there in his attacking half. And here we go, look at this. He's looking to get it past the keeper. He's held steadfast, didn't move. There we go. The flag's gone up by the sideline. 3 in the box. And Gavin just counting it out just to make sure he got his numbers right. 1, 2, and 3. So, of course, as we've discussed earlier, top of the box, indirect free kick coming up for the Strikers.
It's one of the tests they do on the referees, actually, to get their certificate, to see if they can count to 3. So I think he's just showing his adjudicators that he's well and truly up to standard by counting 1, 2, 3 and pointing to all the green players there. So, Gavin, if you're listening, mate, amazing refereeing.
Fantastic that you finally passed that part of the test to get your refereeing certificate for today's game.
Yes, exactly. And here we are now. We have Jack Parry about to take the set piece. Gavin also showing another skill of refereeing, which is waving and putting his hand up.
Oh, and looking to squeeze it between them. Fantastic work out in the centre there by Canberra United. Unlucky almost not. If that ball had gone straight through, of course it would have been a Canberra United ball, having not touched a player. They've played really well there to squeeze the ball and stop it from going over. Over to Ben.
I wonder if he's ever squeezed some orange juice in his life, because that really was a big squeeze there. So, thanks to all our sponsors today as well, by the way, that Logan mentioned earlier. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here doing the thing that we love to do, which is talk rubbish and watch a lot of Power Chair football.
That's it. And funny you mentioned squeezing orange juice. Fun fact, Ben Keat can't drink orange juice with pulp in it, as Gavin calls a 2-on-1. which ironically also has 3 players requiring the referees to have that counting of 1, 2, 3 skill to make sure 2 on 1. And this will be really interesting to see if Canberra can get off the mark with their first goal of the tournament. As we mentioned, the young number 22, Brendan Stroud, sets up the play. And here we go, number 12, Giovanni Tice in the box. And, of course, on the far post, Canberra United setting up. Oh, he's gone to look to get it, squeeze it through off the Brisbane strikers. And just too eager Canberra United were with the ball that close to the goals. And they've both come in and, unfortunately, given away a 2-on-1, really. Surely they'd be disappointed with that, knowing they came so close to that goal, and maybe a bit of patience could have seen them get off the on the sheet, for their first ever goal. Oh, and a fantastic intercept there. Giovanni Tice, the number 12 there, he's looking to get it around. It just lost control of the ball with Brisbane strikers with the kick in their own half. And it's funny, Sydney Olympic Park has conceded a lot of rain this week, and the Frogs definitely out and about, if those at home were wondering what that sound was.
Yes, out here at Sydney Olympic Park. For those of you who may be overseas in the patch of football world watching us, we are in tsunami season right now, so the weather is wild. The weather is absolutely wild, and frogs are everywhere, and we even saw a lion earlier as well. So, yes, and I don't mean the Brisbane Lions. They played earlier. They're a good team. But here, back to the game. We have Jack Parrott busting Mark Warren.
We're getting some really great comments coming through as well there on the stream, and a few people asking if we can have a post-game review show with Ben Kidd and myself where we just can have the opportunity to talk crap and not have to worry about missing integral parts of the game.
Well, I think they should. It should be called B and L. Ben and Logan. Have a chat. That's what it should be called. So here we are again, Jack Parry with a sideline hit in, deep in the striker's half. Gavin, once again, pointing.
That's something, no doubt, that they train on a lot to make sure they get those skills right.
I think they do. I think...
Oh, he's gone for the little trick shot where he flicks it over the guard. Of course, no go in power chair football.
No go. That's a no go. No deal. So, yes.
I, for one, would love to see that rule implemented. The old chip kick. It would add a great element to power chair football, no doubt.
I mean, to be honest, I don't see why not. I mean, you know, it's disadvantage to all of us. None of us can put our hands... Well, some of us can, actually, but someone like me who is incredibly disabled cannot move their hands up in the air at all. Anyway, play on. Here we are.
Yeah, the game. Back to the game. And Canberra with a great...
Brian, his name Brian?
Sorry?
Brian? His name's Brian?
Number 22, Brandon Stroud.
Brendan. Can I have it closer? Big Brendos. Stroudy. Stroudy from Canberra United. Really showing his worth here. Again.
He's been in everything while he's been out in the field. He has, as Canberra United look to the bench to spark something. And Brandon's being moved to the wing. Here, interesting decision. He has been playing well down that wing. As
Izzy takes out the referee.
Oh my gosh, did we catch that one on the video? I hope so. Looking towards a highlight reel at the end of the week.
I think that referee might be playing poucher football next season now. So Canberra may have a new player. Rebecca Gould there on the sideline.
That's it. If you can't beat them, join them. I always say, you can't make it in the big leagues. Join them. That's it, man. Join them.
And here we have under 21 representative from Australia, Jesse McCarthy, with the nice goal kick. All the way penetrating. Right there, that was. Oh, Canberra just left it.
Yeah, number 23. Interesting. I see a lot of players with that famous number 23. Of course, Jesse McCarthy for the strikers. Our own Luke Alderton choosing the number 23 Luke David, another Luke and another 23 out there this week, which is great to see.
I wonder what is the story behind the 23.
Surely Michael Jordan, or is it Timmy Cahill?
Well, when I think of 23, I think it's one after 22 and one before 24. So, it's very, very...
It's up there with my favourite of the prime numbers, I'd say.
Indeed.
Jordan, getting shouted by the cameraman, Jordan. He's pointing at a pair of Air Jordans he's wearing at the moment as well. We'll try and get a shot of those before the game's over, no doubt. Speaking of the game...
I think he probably got them from the Philippines.
I'm pretty sure Jordan is spelled Jordan, not D-O-N. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yes, not Jordan. Anyway, back to the game. Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. Tsunamis everywhere, as I say. We are experiencing in Sydney. Oh!
Great goalkeeping there. He hasn't panicked. He's just reversed back, stopped the ball, given nothing silly away. As the Canberra, they're pushing forward. The Stroud side, no, the ball's just got away there.
And she's not showing any sign of disability from that hit. So she's going well. She is going well. Rebecca, give us a wave. Okay. Fine. Jason McCarthy here with the goal kick. That's a...
Oh, Canberra actually lucky there. They almost gave away a 2-on-1. Advantage called. A good advantage because the ball there could have ended anywhere, and the strike is really unfortunate not to get a body on the end of that ball as it ran through. Again, pressure relieving goal kick for Canberra United. He's doing well to sit in it now. 8 minutes to go, 5-0 to the Brisbane Strikers.
That was an amazing goal kick there by Jason McCarthy, really penetrating, almost paid off, and was almost an assist by the goalkeeper. And an amazing use of an advantage there by the referee, Gavin Lee. As well, another skill that he's probably learnt in refereeing college. So, Gavin, buddy, hats off to you. You're doing well. You're doing well. Quick free kick for us. Oh, once again. Oh, the number 21. Who is number 21?
Yeah, number 21, of course, that is Tom Byrne. Yeah, look, unfortunately, should have been looking for the far post there to get on the end of it, and he's just... missed himself a goal there as Canberra United coming deep out of their own half with a kick in.
Tom Byrne, he runs like fire. He's so fast. Burns it up. See that? See what I did there with his name? Tom.
Yeah, of course, that's Tom Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E. Tom Byrne.
The listeners don't have to know. It's spelled differently.
T-O-M is the Tom.
Thank you. And here we are. We have 7 minutes left. This has been an amazing game. Very entertaining. Mostly from the commentary team. But great game. Oh, lovely touch there by Mark Warren. Surely that's 2-1.
Yeah, Canberra lucky not to give away a 2-on-1 there, top of the box. Maybe the referee just using a bit of discretion there. Oh, he couldn't get away fast enough. Yeah, we go.
I thought he was going to lose his refereeing license then for not calling 2-on-1s.
That's it, and unfortunately it looked like Michael Foster and Jamie Larson of United not getting away from each other in time and giving away what could be an important free kick. Very dangerous, that's it, Ben. And here we go, he sets up young number 10, Jack Parry. He's taking his time here, really making sure he gets his plays where he wants them to get the most of it. He's hit it across and it's read really well there by their goalkeeper. Oh, and no, they're giving away, is it a 3 in the box again? I haven't heard the 1, 2, 3 count. Yeah, it looks like he's just creeped in, Canberra United, as the substitution flag is raised.
Coming back on. Josh Merkers is coming back on, the number 6 from Brisbane Strikers, to take this set piece, which is something he's very, very good at. So we'll see if this sub will pay off immediately. We have 5 minutes and 40 seconds left of the second half. And Brisbane leading 5-0. Here we are, Josh Merkers. Merkers to Warren. Warren to Burns. Saved by Canberra.
A fantastic defence there by the defensive two, as I like to call it, in the goalkeeper, number 14. The flag's raised. The flag raised there. Not sure what happened. I saw the flag raised by the sideline referee, and nothing came of it. Then 2 hits later, Brisbane Strikers have struck back for their 6th goal with just over 5 minutes to go. It'll be interesting watching the replay of that one. What was the flag raised for, and was it an advantage being played there?
Yes, well, if you see here in slow-mo, I'm not sure if the replay is being shown, but if there is not, I will tell you in slow-mo.
If you don't have slow-mo, you just click on Facebook. Back at 10 seconds and watch it again.
And click slow-mo, but the referee, sideline raised her flag, I think, for a 2-on-1. However, was overruled by the centre referee, Gavin, the Flamingo, and played advantage rightly to Brisbane Strikers.
So you can hear the Canberra United bench their fans and spectators, supporters really getting noisy there, saying, hey, come on, fire up, guys. And unfortunately, it's excited them too much as they've considered a 2-on-1 right at the top of the box.
6-0, isn't it?
I believe the score is, I don't know, when I went to refereeing school, I only learned to count to 3, and beyond that, I'm really reliant on the scoreboard, which says 5, but I do believe it is 6. Comment at home what the actual score is. Oh, and a fantastic attempt there to hit it across the face of goals for number 3 Strikers, Mark Warren, but
I have a question for any of the home viewers out there. If you can put in the chat, what is your favourite type of potato and why? Be interested to hear. Thank you.
Yep, so is that any potato? Or are we including any kind of tuber? That's T-U-B-E-R type vegetable.
So it could be anything. Could be a kifla potato. Could be a unskinned potato. Could, mashed potato. Whatever. Sweet potato. I don't like that. That's rubbish to me. But, yeah, just interested to hear. Potatoes.
Or any other root-based ground-grown vegetable, for that matter.
And if any of you are wondering, what does that have to do with Patcho football? Well, absolutely nothing.
Fun fact, Ben was once known as the human potato. That's actually why he's asking that question. And he wants to know, are there any potatoes worthy of his nickname? As Brisbane Strikers in Mercus have got the 2-on-1 advantage play to them. They've still got the ball as they're lucky not to concede a 2-on-1. There's the end number 3. He's trying to squeeze it on the near post. That's it. Rob Oakley to the rescue. Rob Oakley, of course, the number 2 for Canberra United, making his debut in the pink goalkeeper position. That's Mark Warren, setting up for Brisbane Strikers. Just over 2 minutes to go and looking, no doubt, to hit goal number 7 as the scoreboard officially ticks over to 6. You were right, Ben. 6-0 is the scoreline at the moment. Oh, and well read there by Larson again in defence. As a quick turnover and counter-attack. He has got around it, Ben. He's looking here for the flick on. He's got players. Larson at the top of the box. Got the ball. Can she get it? She's hit it. Oh, deflection there. And on the far post. Oh, no. Oh, that could have been their first goal. Number 3, William McLennan. He watched that ball. He thought it was coming to him. Unlucky not to get on the end of it. He could have squeezed it behind the number 23.
That was definitely Canberra's most dangerous possession today. Definitely looked well. The captain ran it out to the right wing. Oh, good corner.
Oh, fantastic. Canberra United with Stroud at the top. He's jostling there with Mercus, and unfortunately the ball's got away from him a bit as he looks to hook it around, and he's just lost control of it. Yes, right, Ben. Unlucky. The mysterious 2 minutes coming up. Who knows when it will end? I'd say 2 minutes too. Shout out too to Byron Malcolm, who's usually our 2-minute specialist timekeeper, keeping us in the know when the actual 2 minutes is at all times. The Human Watch, as he's known by the bench of the Wanderers at our New South Wales Power Chair Football Association round-robin games. Comments about the potatoes. I don't bring my personal mobile phone to work, Ben, while I'm working, so I don't have my phone on me at the moment. We'll have to review that one. Are there any potato lovers amongst the large number of listeners, or more likely those ones watching it later, of course with the time difference, as Larson goes for a run. Oh, nice pass on there. Smart not to give away the 2-on-1, and unfortunate there. That's it. He's dead like a potato for those that didn't hear, because I didn't give Ben the microphone, which he's shooting daggers about getting right now.
Oh, what a finish. What a finish by Josh Merkers. And a beautiful corner as well taken by Mark Warren. And there we have full time. Another brilliant skill by Gavin Lee exhibited there, blowing the full time whistle. Brisbane Strikers 6, Canberra United 0. That was a much improved performance by Canberra. That match came up against a very, very, very tough and experienced Brisbane Strikers lineup.
And really unfortunate not to jag a goal back there in the last couple of minutes. I'm sure when they watch that replay and review it later on tonight, they'll be disappointed that they didn't open up their account this evening for our 5 p.m. game. As mentioned earlier, 10 a.m. is the first kickoff tomorrow, Western Sydney Wanderers versus Brisbane City. Unfortunately, viewers at home, considering that is our first game of the day, another commentating team will be in the commentating box. But we will be returning tomorrow afternoon for the 4 and 5 p.m. games, it looks like. Hills United Sydney FC, tune in. One of the derby matches, and the Strikers, Brisbane Strikers in South Melbourne. We thank you again for tuning in.
And thank you, Logan, for having us. And everyone, stay safe, and hope you've enjoyed day 1 of the Australian Poucher Football Australian Poucher Football National Titles. So until then, stay tuned. And as we said, tomorrow morning, first match, my Western Sydney Wanderers come up against the Brisbane City. So big thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks to our film crew. Thanks to our audio. Thanks to all of our supporters and sponsors. Care Beyond Limits, Hireup, Accor Hotels, ILS Rehab, Football New South Wales, Sportscast Australia, Andrews Insurance. All of you guys, thank you so much for everything. And we will see you tomorrow for day 2 of the APFAT National Championships. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, and tune in tomorrow.